Hi everyone, it is now the third week of the spring 2020 semester, and this week we're going to start our personal narratives. So essentially what a personal narrative is it's a story about a significant event in your life. It's not your life story, it's not, the story of an entire school year or anything like that. It's one event that you want to focus on and that you want the reader to learn something about yourself from, or maybe even learn a life lesson from. So go over the narrative materials in the week 3 folder. There is a PowerPoint slideshow. There's also an assigned reading in our textbook, and you know how to access the textbook by now. So those two things will combine in the narrative quiz. There's also a narrative example in there from Langston Hughes. Some of you may have been exposed to him already in high school. He was a great poet from the Harlem Renaissance during the 1920s all the way up through about the 1940s or so. So he tells a little story about a significant event in his life that occurs in a church revival, and there's a lesson he learns from that. So make sure that you take the quiz and get started on your narrative. The Dropbox for the narrative will be in next week's folder, week 4 folder, but you can at least get started on it now. If you want me to take a look at an early draft, if you're in my English 0999 class, you already have to do an early draft and turn it into the Dropbox in that class. If you're not in that class and you still want me to look over an early draft, just attach it to an email and say, can you give me any advice on this, Mr. Smith? And I'll be glad to do that for you. So that's it for this week. Salvation by Langston Hughes, and learning what a narrative is, and then getting started on that narrative, which is going to be due next week.